Hi there everyone, welcome back to another and more Reddit cheating story. Before we start, kindly click the subscribe button and alert bell to notify you for more upcoming stories if you love to watch more. Learn how to get back your ex? Click the link in the description box to learn how. I was the other woman on and off for almost 9 months. Should I tell the other woman? I, 31F, made mistakes and want to do the right thing now. I became friends with a married senior at work, 46 meters, mid last year. He chased me. He was openly sleazy but nice always, for example, commenting on what women wear, wandering eyes, but always overly friendly and caring. He quickly confessed to me he was having an affair with my colleague, 30F, in my cohort. I had previously very vocally been against cheating. He told me their almost 3-year relationship was serious. I calculated and they would have been together about 2.25 years then, but he won't leave his wife for her and she knows and understands this. They have discussed him impregnating her in the future, as she wants kids, and her raising the child on her own. He's unwilling. He was really flirty from very early on. He depended on me a lot as he had nobody else to confide in about his affair and they were having problems, they always are. In September, we met up when we both needed a friend. We drank. I have poor boundaries due to a previous emotionally and sexually abusive relationship. Aside from my poor mental health and the alcohol, I have no other excuse and really cannot fathom why I did not stop him. He felt me up, pulled down my pants and fingered me, and I was shocked but I enjoyed it. Then he fingered me some more later. After this, we both felt guilt. It made me lash out at him and he left the friendship in anger. I spiraled into self-hate and suicidal thoughts. We met up because I felt we needed to tell his girlfriend what happened. He got angry and raised his voice, etc. We agreed that I could tell her in the future, years after they had broken up. He had told me they would break up in about a year due to the unsustainable nature of the relationship. This seems untrue now. He said she wouldn't want to know. We didn't talk or hang out much after this. Very infrequently, I would reach out in desperation and he would support me for a few minutes and I really appreciated this. Mid-January, he wanted to be friends again but started flirting right away. I told him one of the reasons I respected his request for distance was that he said it would dissolve sexual attraction towards me and we could just be good friends. He stopped the flirting but I harbored anger over his harshness and we met up to discuss/forgive/move on. We got drunk and we fooled around. I was absolutely wasted, and couldn't stand up on my own. He was flirty again right after but I wanted it to be a one-off mistake even though I enjoyed it a lot. We were good, no flirting. But every time we met up one-on-one, almost always to give emotional support, we would cheat again. Eventually it felt like he wanted me to be his second girlfriend and I slowly gave in. So for 2 or 3 out of 6 of the encounters, it felt like we were actually having an affair? Like in between encounters, he would try to make time to talk to me because his girlfriend got time with him. He bought me a present, sent cute emojis, and emotionally supported me. Then he quickly ended it. A couple times. This time it's ended for real. I think we tried really hard to solidify it. He said he already has one depressed girlfriend and can't handle another. He said he partially kept me around due to fear I would tell of the affair/s and ruin his relationships, and because he didn't want to leave me during my poor mental health. He said he would feel disgust after every sexual encounter. These things obviously changed my perspective about what he actually felt about me. I told a friend about what happened to try and solidify never going back. I hadn't told anyone previously because it's not an easy thing to confess. I had called a suicide hotline when I was very low and the operator had advised I confide in someone in real life. His girlfriend and I have become friends, at least partially at his request, and she told me she considers me close now. I feel I owe her honesty but he has requested I don't. Her mental health is similar to mine, and he said he doesn't want to worsen it. He has also said he knows her better than anyone else and she wouldn't want to know. But since I know her better now, I suspect more and more she would want to know. She loves him. I worry she will spend all her fertile years with him and lose the chance to have children. I worry about the wife too, but I suspect she already knows he's having an affair. She has accused him of it many times. He has had one in the past. To be honest, my guilt/stress/anxiety has morphed to be more about not giving what I owe to the girlfriend and wife in terms of honesty than that I committed a sin, or violated a marriage/relationship, etc. Both the relationships seemed built on lies. But it's no excuse for my behavior. Should I tell the girlfriend? I just want to do the right thing. The other thing I worry about is that he has insisted that relying on him for mental support to this extent is something only a significant other should do. It was a major part of his reasoning for the breakup, that we were becoming too much like significant others. If what we did included emotionally cheating, would you consider it only appropriate to only rely this heavily on significant others? I need a buffer in case I fall into suicidal thoughts again, but I also know I did wrong, and don't want to, nor do I deserve to, burden the innocent friend I confided in. TL, Doctor, an older man cheated on his wife and girlfriend. Should I tell the girlfriend? Here are some of the best comments from our community. This man is disgusting. If I were you, I would tell them both so they can decide what to do. It seems to me that he's targeting women with mental health issues. You don't need this man. Seek support from another friend or loved one. Seek a therapist. This man is toxic. Good Lord. Tell the wife, she's the one who deserves the truth, then tell HR that a supervisor is preying on subordinates, and leave that job. He's not nice, he's disgusting and manipulative, and honestly just fucking toxic. My thoughts are that you need to get far, far away from all of this. This is just a horrible toxic mess. Find a new job and block them. Get therapy and don't get involved in messy situations in future. You went into all of this with eyes wide open and did it anyway. Leave it all and stop getting involved. Oh, and report it to HR. He is in a position of authority and is taking advantage of you both. If you have any ounce of desire to do the right thing, that thing needs to be telling his wife. It doesn't do any good for you to just feel bad and not take real action to make this right. You don't deserve pity, you do deserve the guilt, but you don't deserve to feel suicidal. But if you feel suicidal over this, can you imagine how his wife is going to feel when she finds out in 15 years, after 3 kids, and wasting the best years of her life with a monster? Worse than you could ever imagine. You know exactly what you need to do. Hold this guy accountable and yourself. I promise once you do it, you'll feel better. Also, counseling will help you to work towards a better future. This man is a predator. I wouldn't mind betting that there are many more other women in this scenario. He seems to have a type, and that type is emotionally fragile women. It's something HR should know. As for telling the other woman, no. He's married and she knows this. If he's cheating with her, he will cheat on her, which he is already doing, seeing as though he is still married. I would honestly report him, and if he doesn't get the boot, then you should hightail it out of that workplace. The guy is a classic hound. You described mutual guilt after your encounters. No, sweetie. You felt guilt. He was just playing you like a fiddle. He got exactly what he wanted. As soon he saw early on, you were fairly isolated and depressed, he became your only friend, but kept on flirting to remind you not to friend zone him. He was just playing the long game to wear you down and get in your pants. Don't believe any of it. Not his plans/promises. Not his sob stories. Not his apologies. None of it. He is banging 3 women, his wife and 2 side chick, of which you are one. Yes, tell the other GF and tell his wife. Tell him flat out that you don't want to see him outside of work. Tell him you will go to HR if he tries to hit on you again. And you need to find your strength and not cave in. He knows how to push your buttons. You need to be strong. This affair has only pushed you further into the darkness. Am I right? He will want to keep you there so he can keep screwing you. You have to cut all ties with him outside of work. You also need to get into some talk therapy if you have the means or the insurance to do so. If not, there are low-cost options for online therapy. 7cups.com is one. There are others if you search around. I wish you luck. I'm sorry, but this dude is a creep. A sleazy low-life creep. He will sleep with any girl without caring about who he hurts just to get off. I can only imagine how many other opportunities this dude will take with other women. His poor wife. Just get out of this situation, please. There was better people out there who aren't 46-year-old pigs. Please tell the girlfriend and the wife. It's hard to see sometimes when men are so good at being narcissistic, but that's exactly what he's doing. He is manipulating you, his girlfriend, and his wife. Have you ever watched the movie The Other Woman? This sounds just like it, and they both need to know, and I think you all need to get together to make sure that his wife is set up financially to rip his ass apart so she can leave too. Also, the poor mental health is not being supported by a dishonest cheating partner. If anything, his manipulation and deceit is worse for her. And you are 100% correct, She needs to really think about what she's doing with her body during these years that she is fertile, especially if she wants kids. If she stays in this toxic situation, she will never have children and her mental health will be way worse off. I'm also really worried that each time you had an interaction with him you were intoxicated. It sounds a lot like he took advantage of you and he really groomed you for that. Tell HR. This man cannot be in a position of authority. He's assaulting women. If I were you, I would find another job before telling anyone. He is a manager and they will be protected over you or anyone lower down the ranks despite what he has done. As you are exiting the company, tell the truth and share all emails and texts with HR. They can't ignore if you provide evidence. And also you must tell his wife. The fact? All three of you are horrible in different ways. Him first and also you a close second for knowingly ingratiating yourself into his mistress's life, an additional sleazebag while both of you are copulating your married manager. Legal issues for the company apart, you have just as much duty for this affair as him and all these enablers below telling you that you were manipulated, you didn't consent, you are a sufferer or talking bullshit. Personal responsibility is a point as well as you are not a teen. You wanted something that the other girlfriend had, you got it, just it wasn't what you visualized it to be, so now you are performing like the regular, angry side piece. You've suddenly created a conscience as well as want to admit your transgressions. If there's anyone below that should have a scintilla of regard and disclosure, it's his other half, otherwise all three of you cheaters can go to hell. Inform if you need to for healing objectives. Reading between the lines seems like you're bitter that he broke it off with you though. Like, the clandestine assembling and drunken sex was exciting for you, but after that you got attached as well as he located you to be too depending on him psychologically, so impoverished it off. Now, you want him to pay under the role of doing the right thing by his opposite piece as well as better half while cleaning your principles. You understood what it was when you entered into this mess, and owning your mistake doesn't modification that. Tell them, but woman up as well as be honest with yourself if not for Redditors. You're distressed that with him and you need him to pay. He is entitled to whatever is coming his method. So many aspects of this are mentally as well as physically unhealthy. The sweetheart knows what she's doing. She's dating a man that rips off on his other half. There's not truly much you can tell her that she doesn't currently know. But the partner needs to know. She is having her health and wellness endangered without her expertise. She is entitled to know. Thanks for seeing. Let me know what you assume in the comments listed below. Keep in mind to subscribe as well as hit the notice bell.